Okay, so welcome back to part two, where I just do a bit of analysis on some of the contracts I trade. Just remember, I trade the futures more than anything else, so I analyze the futures. So before I do that, just the legend, so you know exactly what's there. So the black numbers are going to be support and resistance levels based on trend lines. Pink numbers are going to be breakout levels. And claret numbers, they're just going to be horizontal levels where I've identified support or resistance, generally based on double or triple tops or bottoms. And as usual, I'm going to start with the Dow. I've put that resistance line there. I mean, the market did close above it on Friday. As you can see, the market reacted very well to Powell's speech. But whether it can maintain that Monday, we'll have to wait and see. But, you know, support levels are much, much lower. So so I've got a resistance line in there, and then support is way down at 39,328. Below that, 38,546 and 38,492 as well. So yeah, it's coming back up, almost testing the highs, not quite got that sort of momentum behind it yet. It was a bit of a mixed week while everyone was waiting to see what Powell was going to say, really. Moving on to the S&P, I've got resistance at 56.63 and support at 55.92. So it's sort of coming into that breakout, which is more likely going to happen this week. Which way? I've got my views. Let's see what the market does, though. Same for Nasdaq. Bit of a wedge, slightly bullish one, obviously. Although the Nasdaq didn't really sort of have a massive boost on Friday, it did okay. Closed sort of about mid-range for the day. Okay, so I've got resistance at 20,062 and I've got support at 19,518. They're much lower down at 18,282. So dollar got hammered on Friday with these expectations of rates being cut in the US. You know, it's all about yields, but I just think that's a little bit short-sighted when we're talking about currencies and the dollar. Obviously, it means that their economy is doing very well. You know, okay, their jobs are weakening, but the economy itself is quite strong. There's still good potential for this soft landing, and they're getting inflation under control. Is that a reason to sell a dollar? I don't know. I don't think it is personally, but who am I? I'm just one trader. Okay, so I've got resistance at sort of 132.48. I've got support at 128.71 and also at 126.20. Obviously, the 126.20 is well away now, but you know, when it was down and sort of touching those sort of levels, I was saying that was a good support level, and I can't see that changing for a while yet. How much further the dollar can weaken, I'm really not sure at the moment. And you know, for me, when we talk about the dollar weakening, which obviously it is, and it's based on yields, then you know, the ECB is going to be following and cutting rates at some stage. So is the Bank of England. So you know, when you're looking at some of these currencies, you know, this rally is fine, but for me personally, just remember this is my personal view, I think it's going to be short-lived. But as I say, you know, I'm just one trader. It's, you know, what the majority say that moves these markets for sure. Okay, so we're looking at the euro against the dollar. I've got resistance at 112.12. I've got support at 109.25 and also 108.59. So Bitcoin, even Bitcoin managed to get a boost on the back of Powell's speech. Had a really good sort of late afternoon, and I've got resistance at 64,364. I've got support at 59,874 and 57,939. So, again, it's back up to the sort of levels where it's filled that previous gap on the downside. It's the second time it's filled that now. Uh, I'd love to see Bitcoin go higher, but I'm not so sure it's just going to be in a straight line. I think we're still going to get our tests occasionally on the downside. And, Bitcoin is being influenced by, the potential for Trump to be elected, because he's come out very much this time in favor of digital currencies. Whereas last time when he was in power, he was pretty much against them. So it's amazing how much, 4 or 5 years can change someone's view. Now, in that time, we've got all the ETFs and such like, though, haven't we? Now, so just keep an eye on that, because if Trump sort of keeps losing ground to Harris, although I'm not a fan of polls, I think that they can be very, very misleading. Just look at the ones in Europe this year. The less chance of him getting in, then probably the more pressure that will come back onto Bitcoin. However, if his chances of being elected increase, then who knows where Bitcoin will go to. And here on the gold daily, I've got resistance at 25.76 and I've got support at 25.23. Then finally, oil, WTI. I've added the fibs on here for this one as well. Again, that got a boost on Friday. I think that was twofold, maybe a little bit of a weaker dollar, plus obviously the Fed getting ready to cut rates. But also that there was expectations that Hezbollah was going to attack Israel, so it gave it a boost as well, and it did touch that $75 again. So here I've got resistance at 78.78. That's a long-standing resistance for me because that was a support some time ago. And then I've added the fibs on, and then I've got sort of a pivot level at 74.70. Even though it closed above it, if it can't sustain that, okay, there was some attacks on the weekend between Israel and Hezbollah. Is it enough to give oil a spike? I'm not so sure, but we'll see on the opening. And if it breaks below 74.70, then for me the next support is 71.60. So I do hope you enjoy this analysis. It's just a few of the products that I do trade, and of course it's there to help you guys to sort of maybe give you just some sort of ideas of where the markets might go next week. If you want to learn to be able to do all this yourself, then reach out to me. I do technical analysis workshops. Some of my workshops are actually free at the moment and will be in next month or so. There's sort of help sponsorship from a broker there, which is very useful and great for you guys because obviously they want you to succeed. I will be at the IX Trader event speaking next month on the 27th of September. Get your tickets. And up until 12 o'clock tonight, being Sunday the 25th of August, I'm offering my ebook at only £25 a copy. the deadline is midnight BST, so it gives you very, very little time to buy it. So I will get this launched and posted as quick as possible. Anyway, listen, I've got a couple more slides, but after that, have a great week next week, and hope to see you for the next week's YouTubes. Take care. So, just a little heads up on my services. So I offer a daily newsletter that includes global news, headlines, my views. That's a subscription service. I also offer one-day workshops. This helps you to discover if trading could be your next career or maybe just a secondary income. But the one thing is, because I offer a variety of them, is I can also just fill in any gaps that you may have with your current trading, or whether it's macro or actual trading skills. And then I offer a 1 week intensive course. That's going to make you feel confident and competent after just 1 week. And that's going to basically give you the foundations on which to build your trading career. I'm going to help you find that inner trader, and that also now includes a free trading challenge. And then there's my Flexi Masterclass. That's 6 weeks of guided learning, but you can spread them out. You don't have to take them all at once, and that does help to accelerate the learning curve. And that's designed to provide you with all the knowledge and trading tools that you're going to need to navigate these markets, and any asset class, whether it's financial, commodity, digital, I'm involved in them all. And as I say, the weeks can be spread out there, and that also includes a free trading challenge. Trader mentoring, so maybe you've already got some experience but you're looking to get to that next level and you're struggling to do that. I offer mentoring by the hour, by the day, or a monthly subscription. It's entirely up to you, but I just want to help you guys to reach that next level time and again. And of course I provide lots of trader educational content, not just to individuals but also to exchanges and brokers. And if you're looking for that funded trading account, so you don't have to risk your capital, then contact me for details. I've got 2 good ones that I use. Okay, so finally, as usual, just ending with a disclaimer. So, if you're already involved in, you'll know this. If not, then please take serious note of this, that trading does involve the risk of loss of capital and it's not suitable for everyone. However, I do hope it is for you. And now, because there's leverage involved from many companies, just be careful because you can lose substantially more than that initial investment. The regulators are a bit more on top of that these days, but even so, just be a bit cautious. Everything that I include in these just purely for educational purposes. I'm not trying to encourage you to trade or invest. That must be your decision. And of course, before you make that decision, you've got to consider the risks involved. And that includes your financial situation, definitely your level of experience, definitely your risk appetite, and of course, only risk capital you're prepared, but more importantly, that you can afford to lose. And if you've got any doubts whatsoever, first of all, think twice before you do it. Speak to a financial advisor. And do that before you risk your capital. I have so many people come to me because they've lost money. I'd rather they come to me and learn how to do it and not lost the money in the first place, because that's just a waste of their savings. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed these, and I'll be doing these on a weekly basis. So I'm going to post the links in places so that you can get to them. My new website will be finished soon, but in the meantime, you can reach me at the email address below on all the slides, which is chrisjtubby55@gmail.com. And all I can say is I wish you a wonderful week. Best of luck with your trading, and hope to see you again next weekend. Bye for now.